As you make your way through this curving canyon, you have all of these red glowing crystals lighting up the way forward. We have some pipes in front of you. We have some symbols that were created by a man named Ulysses. And then we find the X-17 Meteorological Station. When you approach this place at night, it really does look like a supervillain's lair or something. Anyways, guys, the Army of Otters here, and welcome back to the Unexplored Mojave. As we just said, today we're going to be checking out the X-17 Meteorological Station. This research station hidden in this canyon was designed to run experiments on controlling the weather and seeing how it could influence the weather in the surrounding area. Now, this research station is located right in between the construction site and the Signal Hills transmitter, again located in this canyon. Now, if you approach from above, you can use these pipes where there are landmines, so be careful, but we can use these pipes to reach it. There was some kind of wooden platform on there, probably for maintenance, a long time ago. Then we can make our way down pretty easily without taking any damage, and we'll find the entrance. Alternatively, you can approach from the canyon, as we did in the beginning at night. We'll find this filing cabinet with a red mark from Ulysses, and then we can make our way to the back and we can find the entrance where we find a blue mark from Ulysses. As we enter, we find ourselves in a room with some probably research equipment, and then across from us in this very large research center, there will be some Mr. Gutsies. And there is a unique named Mr. Gutsy here named Iron Belly. Now, at first I was trying to use a missile launcher to take him out, but it was proving not to be very effective. However, Elijah's Lair is actually really good at taking on robots, so I'm glad I picked up these weapons in previous videos. And on Iron Belly, we can find these 5 protonic inversal throwing axes, so make sure you pick them up. They're very valuable, or you can use them to fight. You can do whatever you want. Then we find this very large room, and up here we can find like the testing area. And up here we can find a small scale model of Higgs Village, which is also located in the Big MT. However, these buildings don't really do anything, so we just want to go over to the research center. Or not really a research center, but the control center. Up here we find this raised building, and we can find some unique loot inside, but I was being shot at by this Mr. Gutsy, so I had to kill him really quick. I found 3 Mr. Gutsies inside. Now, here we can find Mad Scientist Scrubs. There is another pair located in the sink. There's only 2 pairs in the entire game. And I just found out my armor is completely destroyed, which was probably making my fights a lot more difficult. But anyways, this is what the Mad Scientist uniform looks like, and I think it looks absolutely beautiful on my character. And behind us, we can find a map of that of the Divide. And if you didn't know, the weather station was used as a base of operation when Ulysses was in the Big Empty. Sometime before 2281, as he was traveling, he noticed that there were really strange weather patterns surrounding the Big Empty. He came over here and he found this facility. And then he used this facility and its cartographical suit to locate the largest still intact missile silos in the region, which was, of course, the Divide. But enough about Ulysses, let's get some more loot. Now, there are 2 footlockers in the control center, but there's really nothing inside of them. Now, on this terminal here, or on this like little research panel, there will be a snow globe. However, for whatever reason, the snow globe was invisible for me. But it should be right here at the end of this like little shelf, just on the control panel. I could still pick it up, thankfully. I don't know why it was invisible. I couldn't find any other instances of this glitch. Just something that is very Fallout. Then after that, we can activate the testing area, and it'll start raining, and there's all of this electricity in the sky. Now, there's something interesting here with the raindrops. These droplets will always face the same direction relative to the player character. It doesn't matter which direction you face. It doesn't matter if you look up or down. These water droplets will follow the player. I don't know why this is, but I just found it very amusing. And also worth noting, beneath the testing area, we can find the Soggy Duffle Bag, which just contains some ammo and some other random loot that may or may not be useful to you. Either way, make sure you check it out. But besides that, that's pretty much all that is inside the facility. There are some lockers around and stuff that contain random loot, but there was nothing that great. Now, the next thing I want to know is if you could get on top of the facility, which you can easily do if you come over from construction site. However, I didn't realize this at the time, but there's actually an elevator which will take you into or out of the facility. I just didn't see the elevator when I was exploring. Now, when you come out, do be very careful, because you will always be ambushed by these Y-17 trauma override harnesses. I didn't have the proper armor, and I was really caught off guard by these guys, but I did manage to survive, luckily, thanks to the anti-material rifle. But do be careful if you use the elevator to leave. If you just go on the roof normally, like from construction sites, they do not spawn, but if you use the elevator, they do spawn. So be careful. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching this episode of the Unexplored Mojave. I hope you enjoyed this episode. The meteorological station is really cool. I love the little testing area. It just feels really, I don't know, amusing and cute almost. And of course, there's a lot of interesting lore about Ulysses and the Divide. Now, if you guys have any recommendations for future videos, future ideas, please post them in the comments section below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, until next time.